Innis Gunn original.
Life is too short to be drinking shitty beer.
Welcome to another edition of Bands, Bikes and Booze Reviews. I have got a bottle of Innis Gunn original bourbon barrel Scotch Ale. I've seen this on the shelf in quite a few supermarkets and I've always avoided it, and the reason I've always avoided it is because I've never tasted a decent Scottish beer. That is not to say there aren't any out there, and this could be a good one. Reason I sort of have come to that conclusion, and it's a stupid way to come to a conclusion, but all the beers that I've tasted from Scotland haven't been good. Obviously you got the McEwan's, which has been going donkeys. You had tart and bitter. Do you remember that stuff? I don't know whether I'm showing my age now, but they used to have tart and bitter years ago. That was fucking vile stuff. You had McEwan's Export. That was, again, more shit from the dark ages of beer. And then you got Tennent's, who are probably one of the biggest brewers in Scotland, and everything they've done, that Tennent's Super, Tennent's Extra, you know, it's just, it's all been garbage. I remember I done a gig once in Edinburgh and they give us a load of that Tennent's, I think it's Tennent's Extra lager. Oh, I had about 2 mouthfuls and I don't think I drank all night. It was vile. I went on the Guinness. That was vile stuff, and I had to pay for the Guinness. The Tennent's was free, and I wouldn't even drink it free. But that's just, and to be honest, that ties in nicely with Innis Gunn, because Innis Gunn have contracted Tennent's to brew some of their beer. But Tennent's last year announced that they're going to stop doing that, and the next day Innis Gunn said they're going to open up their own brewery. Now you can argue whether Innis Gunn are a craft brewer if they're contracting out to macro brewers to brew their beer, and this has been brewed by Tennent's because they don't stop brewing it till September 2020, which is a few months from now. Well, a good few months from now. So, you know, you can use the term craft brewer quite loosely with Innis Gunn, but I think the intention's right. But let's stop talking about the beer and let's start tasting the beer. All right. First of all, before I open it, there's the cap. It's pretty nondescript cap. There is the label, Innis Gunn original, and there is the back. What does it say on the back? This is our flagship ale. It's the one that started it all. A unique bourbon barrel aged processing unlocks flavors like vanilla and toffee, which combine with the malty character of Scotch Ale to create an incredible taste experience. We've spent more than a decade perfecting our craft to find out how to put the barrels into the beer at Innis Gunn. Right, well, when I talk about Scotch Ale, the only Scotch Ale that I've had experience of was that, is it Duca's stuff? I didn't really like that either. I should revisit that though. I drank that years ago. They used to have it on sale at a bar right near where I worked, and I went through a phase of trying to like it, and no, I just gave up in the end. Anyway, let's get this stuff tasted. Right, so it promises quite a bit. Aged in bourbon barrels in Scotland. Why would you be drinking bourbon in Scotland? But anyway, who knows. And it's got, like the usual, what they're saying, toffee, malt, vanilla, blah blah blah. What does it smell of? Very little. Toffee, malt, and that's about it. A little bit of toffee malt, and that is all I'm getting. Oh well, hopefully it will taste a little better. Now, as I say, they've contracted this out to be brewed by Tennent's in Glasgow, in the east end of Glasgow. They're based in Perth, and they're opening up a new brewery in, I think it's Edinburgh, where they're going to brew that. That won't be till I think next year, maybe. It's 2020 now, so maybe a year after. This is 6.6%, and it's a 330ml bottle, and that's pretty much all they say about it. There it is in the glass. That is a sort of a slightly deep amber colour, a little bit of carbonation, one finger head on the nose. Not a lot. Bits of faint toffee malt. Slight whiskey notes, like bourbon. I am getting that, but I've really got to dig deep for it. Let's see what it tastes like. And that's quite interesting. Its bite is worse than its bark. There are notes of vanilla now. Now that I've tasted it, there is definitely vanilla in that. Oh, this is quite good. This is quite interesting. There's a lot going on in it. There's definitely the vanilla. I am getting that. There is a lot of vanilla in that. Subtle vanilla. A lot of subtle vanilla, if you can imagine that. God, and it's very it's very gassy. It's repeating on me. There are notes of bourbon in that as well. You can tell that that's been aged in a barrel that's previously had bourbon whiskey in it. It's weird because the two flavours mingle in together. One minute you think it's vanilla, then it's bourbon, then it's vanilla, then it's bourbon, and then there's some toffee malt underneath it, and it's quite complex. When I sniff that, I don't get that at all. It's very subdued. The aromas are quite subdued, but the flavours, once you drink it, are quite big, and it's quite nice. It's really nice. And you know what? I've seen this on the shelves of Morrison's. I've bought this in Tesco's. I've seen it in Asda, I think, and I've seen it in the odd shop, you know, the odd sort of mini mart supermarket, and I've always avoided it. It did intrigue me that it's bourbon barrelled Scotch Ale. Now, you're coming from one of the biggest whiskey producers in the world, the country. You're a brewer, and you're maturing it in bourbon, which is traditionally an American or deep south or South American, not South America, but the southern part of North America. It's a traditional drink now, and it intrigues me why they've chosen bourbon over Scotch whiskey. But you know, it's down to them. They're based in Edinburgh, as I say. They've got a brewery in Perth, and they will be opening up another brewery in Edinburgh. The fella, Mr. Gunn, his name is Dougal Gunn. I mean, you can't get more Scottish than that, can you? As I say, this is 6.6%. I'm not getting any of the alcohol warming, which is, you know, sometimes you do get it with the slightly higher alcohol. I'm not getting that at all. But yeah, it's quite nice. That flip-flopping between the vanilla and the bourbon is really interesting. Now, sometimes that vanilla, creamy, buttery type flavour, that's in other beers that could be diacetyl, because diacetyl has got that sort of buttery type mouthfeel and taste to it, and some people like it and some people don't. I think if you don't like diacetyl, you may not like this, because even though it isn't, it's got something about that diacetyl going on with it. If I was blindfolded and I tasted it, I'd say this is full of diacetyl, but it's not, because it's been aged in these barrels, and whatever's going on, it's making it taste like a vanilla type, sort of a vanilla type overall flavour to it. But it's nice. I do like that. I would give that an 8 out of 10, because I really wasn't expecting much when I opened it up. Look at that, really nice lacing on that glass and all. When I opened it up, I wasn't getting much from the aroma. The alarm bells were ringing anyway, because it was Scotch Ale. As I say, I had a bit of a downer on beer coming from Scotland. I'd never tasted a decent one, apart from the Williams brothers, of course. How can I forget them? So again, and of course, you know, the Orkney Brewery, whether they class themselves as Scottish, well, they are Scottish, but you know, I am coming round to the idea that actually Scotland are producing some fantastic beers, and this is a really good one. So that's going to get 8 out of 10. Would I recommend it? Yeah, I would. If you're in Tesco's or you're in Sainsbury's, have I seen it? No, I haven't seen it in Sainsbury's. I've definitely seen it in Morrison's. If you're about, you know, doing your shopping and all that, and you accidentally on purpose wander up the aisle selling beer and you see a bottle of this, just throw that in your basket or your trolley and try some of it, because that is quite nice. It's very, very interesting. It's not a boring, you know, run-of-the-mill ale. No complaints. 8 out of 10. Recommended. Well done, Innis Gunn. I shall be buying some more of your stuff, because I've seen you've got 2 or 3 on the shelves there. So yeah, I'm going to have to, after years of avoiding it, I'm going to have to investigate more of it now. And remember, beer is working class champagne.